Right, I have this Chinese ATV again, and the people, my friend says it won't idle. So first thing is I drained the oil, and then we're going to change that. It was really black. I've already checked the spark. It's got good spark, and I cleaned the spark plug and I put it back in, and I checked compression. It's got good compression. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to check the carburetor. But before I do that, I came over here and I took the top off. It's held on by these Allen head bolts and non-lock washers, and look what I found. The return spring is broken. That takes a lot to break one of those, so we're going to replace that as well, and then we'll check the other linkages as well. Okay. Well, we also have a problem with that. I just noticed that the exhaust is actually broken off this mounting, and it's actually loose over there. But before we even do that, we're going to go in here, and I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to take the throttle. I'm going to unscrew it and then pull it out and see what's going on with it and see if it's okay. The needle looks fine. It's not dirty. It's not gummied. This only goes in one way. Figure out why it's not idling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that carburetor off the mounting, and then we're going to check it out internally. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I got the carburetor on the bench, and I'm in the process of removing the bowl. And we're going to take a quick look at what it looks like. Remember the last time I did the same thing? We took it off and we noticed, yeah, that's why. It's did the same thing again. He's so rough on it that the jet is actually coming loose. This is ridiculous, man. That's why it's not idling again. See, the emulsion tube is actually coming loose. Fridge. Okay, so maybe I'm going to put a little Loctite on this one this time, and hopefully that's will fix the problem. But otherwise, you know, it's the same thing. He runs non-ethanol fuel. It's clean as heck, and it's inside. It's a little bit dirty in here, but other than that, I mean, we'll spray it out. We'll clean it up with a little bit of carb cleaner, and we'll just verify everything. But I think that's really the problem, is that it came loose again. Oh my gosh. Is that a crack? I think that might be a crack. Oh, fridge. I hope not. I think that's a little crack. Yep, there is a crack on the, that's a crack, I think, on the carburetor right here. And so we'll let them know about that. But you can tell it's all the way through here. Okay, we'll let them know. That's the other problem now. I got a crack on the carburetor. Alright, so let's let them know. Okay, I've decided that I'm going to clean this off a little bit. I'm going to try JB weld in here and see if I can just give them a temporary fix. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a file and file out this area, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, I ground around here, and I'm going to put some JB weld on it, let it cure overnight. And for the emulsion tube, I put some red Loctite on it, and I'm going to hope that that holds it in place this time as the Loctite, and then I'm going to secure it. So I'll show you again when I get the JB weld on it. Okay, the JB weld has been placed in that crack, and I'm presenting it, and I'm going to let it cure for 24 hours. But let's look at some other things. Alright, look at that tie rod. When I move the steering wheel, that's not good. So we'll see what we can do for that. I think I'm just going to take the cotter pin out and tighten this bolt, because if you look, the bolt's moving. I don't know how that's possible, but it's loose, so we'll do that, okay? Alright, I took the cotter pin out and I tightened it, and you can tell now that it's not wobbly in it, and so I can put the cotter pin back in and hopefully it stays there. Alright, look at the ball joint. Look at this top ball joint. I don't think it's supposed to do that, and the same thing. For some reason this castle nut has come loose. I'm going to tighten it up, and hopefully that will take care of the looseness. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But ball joint may be bad too, so we'll look into that and see what we can do. Alright, I got it all back together. Put the carb back in it, if you can tell right there. And hopefully it all holds. And we're going to give it a try now. Okay, let's start her up. Alright, here we go.